guys, today, hot news. Powell Ovar flags risk of new digital financial products. And I'm guessing this would be including cryptocurrency. Damn, I sounded so smart, guys.
So, Federal Reserve Chairman Powell said the central bank supported innovation in digital financial products, but warned that it is easy to see the risk of certain new technologies, including cryptocurrency, that would demand a regulatory overhaul. Mr. Powell said Wednesday that some of these innovations would require changes to existing laws and regulations to ensure proper oversight of the broader financial sector. He spoke during a panel discussion with other central bank governors hosted by the Bank for International Settlement.
What type of regulation is he doing, though?
So he said that it's highly likely that digital financial activities that are currently outside the regulatory perimeter will be brought within it, which is necessary to level the playing field, keep trust of users, protect consumers, and all of that, Mr. Powell said. In January, Fed launched a review of the potential benefit and risk of issuing a U.S. digital currency. Fed officials have been divided on the matter, making it unlikely that they will decide soon on whether to create a digital dollar. So unlike private cryptocurrencies such as Bitcoin, Fed version would be issued by and backed by the U.S. Central Bank, a government entity, as are U.S. paper dollars, dollar bills, and coins.
Wait, so they're actually saying that they're going to create a digital dollar. So they're going to create Fed version of digital dollar? Then what's the difference between that versus USD? Right? I don't see the difference then. If they're going to have it, they're thinking, yeah, well, why? Like I said, what's the difference between the Fed version of cryptocurrency versus dollars? The risk is insufficient liquidity. Not enough people willing to pay you dollars for your non-dollar crypto. They want to be everywhere. So what country is cryptocurrency regulated? Mark saying China. So it's China, US. I thought Korea was also regulated somewhat. The biggest question is, should US step in? And Secretary said it before, but honestly, I think it's okay as is. I am never gonna invest in it because it's not regulated. But people who like decentralized thing can invest all they want. That's true. Yeah, you can't change people's perspective, being like, hey, because it sucks. Crypto is not regulated in US, is it? I think it is regulated though. One is a currency that's regulated by an entity, i.e. China. The other is government regulating the crypto. Ah, that's two different things. There are some regulations on crypto, such as how it's being taxed. So they're only regulating it by tax, but there hasn't been anything about how much you should buy it and stuff. Isn't that weird? It's like, I feel like there's no protection laws. Let me check. I don't think they have anything that goes, hey, if something happens, something, it's gonna suck. I know they try to tax you for it, but I don't know of anything that is technically regulation in US just yet. Taxing doesn't necessarily mean regulation. Taxing means tax. So now we have to talk about the definition of regulation. What is regulation? Let's analyze what regulation is and if it's actually regulating. Okay, so we got a long information from what Jolly said. Right now, cryptocurrency fall under the jurisdiction of the SEC for investment. So cryptocurrency is considered investment. The CTFC for any crimes involving interstate commerce. I can't even pronounce today. And the IRS making it subject to either income or a capital gains tax. The SEC recently approved one Bitcoin futures ETF over the CBOE and one over the CME. But all they're saying is that they're taxing it or they're looking over it. US state has very severe regulation on crypto trading. So only trading platforms that has been licensed by NY can be used by New York State residents. So it also depends on the state. So yeah, I guess check out the IRS notice 2014 to 2021. They tax cryptocurrency as real asset, just like real estate. We might have to discuss the definition of regulation versus taxing, because taxing is inside regulation, but they're not the same, right? So taxing is not really regulation. So New York State, I think from what Mark said, is considered being very regulating. That's actually regulating, because you have to use the trading forms that's been approved or licensed by New York. So that is considered regulation. Like they're like IRS is actually looking at you guys like from above, being like, hey, you can't use that one you're buying from the Korean one. No, right? So what can you regulate during transaction? Crypto is not nearly as close to regulated like other stocks. Regulation would require much more detailed sanction. So it's not being regulated. If regulation is going by the definition on the screen, then it would be considered regulation. Okay, so let's read the Wikipedia definition. Maybe not. Maybe then dictionary, Cambridge Dictionary, guys.
So it's saying that an official rule or act of controlling something.
Are they controlling the transaction? So crypto doesn't even have any strict disclosure requirement that would result in any suspension, etc. IRS detects any crypto gains just like if you made money selling any other asset. Implies some sort of control. Taxation is just getting their cut of income. Taxing isn't controlling. Taxing is just stealing my money. New York is regulating the crypto platform, not individual. That's true. Okay, so let's clarify the New York case from what Mark said. New York is regulating the crypto platform / industry. I like that one. Not the individual trading of crypto. So you have declared illegal income, so I concede taxation does not mean regulation. So Texas has a law against trading crypto. So what is the law that you're having? So you can't download Binance because you live in Texas? Like what Mark said, that's regulating on what platform you're using, right? Not regulating the actual trading. So there might be actual trading platform that you can do, or is trading just not acceptable in Texas then? And it seems that like you can't really, there's no protection. The reason why they're controlling you is ideally for protection, but just saying you can't do it isn't really a protection. I can't sell you any of my crypto because I'm not registered to sell you securities, aka crypto. Is that why that's saying? It seems that New York is only regulating on the platform, but let's check Texas. Texas might have a different law. They do have a Texas state securities border, and let's try to read a little bit about it. So cryptocurrency possesses all of the characteristics has made investment related to digital currency particularly susceptible to fraud back in maybe 2017. But this is just explaining what is this? 와, 이게 law야? This is the actual law from Texas. So creates programs and requirement for state agencies and local governments to assess cybersecurity risk. Requires each state agency and local government. So the short title of the bill is that overall the law specifically addresses cryptocurrency by recognizing the legal status of virtual currency, ensuring that cryptocurrencies are subject to commercial laws under Texas regulations, and supplying legal rights to cryptocurrency holders. Highly regulated. If you look at the paragraph that starts with second, it sounds definitely regulated in Texas. 여기구나. Okay. So the second, I guess they're explaining number 1, 2, and 3. So the second one, I guess this one is the one it feels like it's being regulated. That's true, because even the title is ensuring that cryptocurrencies are subject to commercial laws under Texas regulations. 맞아, okay. So the act requires cryptocurrency companies and investors to follow existing commercial laws of Texas, such as the state's Business and Commercial Code. Accordingly, a cryptocurrency firm offers an ICO to the public must comply with the Texas Securities Act. So this is cryptocurrencies follow the existing law. What is this? So we have to see what this commercial law of Texas is. Specifically, the TSA applies to firms and individuals who sell securities or render investment advice in Texas. This act applies to firms who give investment advice. And then TSA prohibits fraud in the offer or sale of securities and fraud in providing. So this kind of feels like I see why you guys are saying it's being regulated, because it's being very specific, saying, hey, if any of the company does an ICO inside in Texas, it has to go through this law, whatever this Texas Securities Act, TSA, it's the act, okay. But this isn't really in terms of trading, other than fraud, right? 여기도 뭔가 trade라는 느낌이 안 들잖아. There's nothing related to trading. It's more like if anyone does an ICO in Texas, it has to follow the Texas Securities Act. They're starting to have a regulation. So let me just clarify, because I guess we're kind of confused on what the whole point of this talk is that it is obviously being regulated at some point. Because even when I started doing like coin back in 2018, US started looking into regulating cryptocurrencies. But it's been 4 years and I feel like, you know, it's getting there, but there isn't any strict laws compared to when you invest in stocks. Different states have different laws. For example, Mark pointed out New York is only regulating the platform. Texas is only regulating when you're doing an ICO or any type of fraud that happens. But in terms of trading, we haven't seen anything related to cryptocurrency. And if you guys are saying all laws are same, please provide me the information that actually says not just stock, but also cryptocurrency or any type of digital currency is being federally regulated. If you guys have questions about it, feel free to comment on my YouTube, because commenting is better so that other people can relate to your thing and then they'll have a discussion below.